Ukraine is well known for its fertile land and high agricultural production. This land has been a much desired landscape, especially to the Soviets. And then the Soviets arrived. Joseph Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union from the mid-1920s until 1953. His ambition was to industrialize the USSR in the shortest possible time and to prevent Ukraine from becoming an independent nation, creating a single uniform Soviet citizen. The Soviet government increased Ukraine's production quotas and ensured that they could not be met. This resulted in a man-made genocide by starvation. The estimated death was approximately 2.5 to 7.5 million Ukrainians, and a third of them being children.
Stalin wanted a dictatorial form of organizing and reaching economic industrialization at any cost in the shortest possible time. Stalin developed a strategy that would advance heavy industry called the 5 Years Plan. The plan was designed to industrialize the USSR and to facilitate the collectivization of farms. Collectivization of agriculture resulted in suffering, including famine for those working in the farmland. One of Stalin's emphasis on developing the nation included the slogan "Socialism in one state," which aimed to create a single uniform Soviet citizen, the new Soviet man. This Russification did not regard linguistic, ethnic, cultural, or religious distinctions. Stalin wanted to enlarge the Soviet Union, so he expanded into Ukraine for new lands. The Ukrainian lands offered fertile soil, which revolutionized the Soviet Union faster. These lands were used for collectivization of farms so that the grains can be sold to industrialize the Soviet Union.
I still remember the day. It was September 1st, 1939. The Nazis began invading Poland, raiding every Jewish house. They took me away from my family and brought me into a concentration camp. I lived in very harsh living conditions, surviving with barely any food or water, and others began dying from disease and starving, and others were finished off in extermination camps. I was one of the very few lucky people to survive. The Holocaust lasted until the end of the war, and the Allies liberated the concentration camps, including the one I was in, and I was finally released. Hitler, leader of the Nazi Party, he had a strong hate for the Jewish people. He was a believer of the Aryan race, you see, which meant that everyone that was not German was inferior. He believed that they were weakening Germany and the German race. His solution was to exterminate Jews from German-occupied parts in Europe.
Adolf Hitler became the Führer of Germany in 1934 to 1945. Hitler himself grew up being taught to hate the Jews and was exposed to propaganda against them, such as the stab in the back myth. The propaganda states that the German army did not lose World War I, but instead were betrayed by the civilians on the home front, especially by the Republicans who overthrew the monarchy. Germany had a strong anti-Semitic tradition. The Germans felt great pride for their nation and felt superior towards other nations. They despised the Jewish people, and their presence in German-occupied parts of Europe was seen as a problem. The solution was the extermination of the Jews. Hitler's plan for Germany's economy was to exploit Jewish labor. Germany blamed the Jews for their economic problems and wanted a Jewish-free economy. The Jews of Poland were quickly exterminated, and their possessions and property were then taken away for the good of the German Empire.
Bruh.
The new Soviet man.
1939. The Nazis
You're supposed to be farming!